welcome to me reacting to Pokemon Black and White Part 3. If you haven't watched Part 1 or Part 2, go check them out in the live tab of this channel because we're going to be picking up right where we left off, which was with Route 4 Summer. Because we did do we didn't do Dragonspire Tower top floor. Excuse me. So we're going to do Dragonspire Tower top floor. And if you're wondering how far we're going to go today, we're going to go as far as my brain will work to get us good. So if I end up blah, 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 like a person who can't talk, then we'll call it. Okay, here we go. If you're wondering why I'd say something like that, this is our second stream today. So here we go. Buckle up, my buttercups. We're going to rock and roll. Hello? Playing? What's happening? One moment, please, guys. Oh, do you know what would have been wild? I've got video unavailable. Well, this is exciting. Here we go. Sorry, guys. Let's try that one more time. There we go. Okay, so we have here intervals of fourths, and indeed with some extra little tidbits thrown on top to make it super dissonant. But let's pull this back, and we actually heard fourths and fifths before with the bridge that we were crossing over, and I wonder if that bridge was to the tower. Anywho, here we go. Yeah. So here we have a fourth with then this little augmented fourth, a half step up higher. So it sounds pretty threatening. Dragonspiral top floor. Dragon top, we have basically, we call it C, E flat, D, D flat power chords, but inverted. D5, E flat 5, D5, and then D flat 5. Wicked stuff, descending chromatically. Oh, dearie me. Oh, dearie me. All right. We're going to keep this going. I've old stream chat in the video. Sorry, guys. I'll fix that real quick. I'll fix that right quick. Are we going to finish the OST today? Not likely. Unlikely. Not likely to happen. Because we're not even halfway through the OST at this point. I wanted to get it done today, but hey, you know, chat box. All right. Okay, let's keep rocking with Route 4 Sama. You know, I'm not even sure I could tell you the difference between that and the first Route 4 we heard. It sounds very similar. It might be a couple different changes, but that is pretty much exactly what we heard for Route 4, or the last route we heard. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, let's check out Relic Castle. Okay. So what we have pretty interestingly here at a fundamental level is an E flat minor, and this is not exactly it, but there's a couple different ways you could harmonize this, right? You could stick it all in one chord, and then maybe hit the flat six. But no, what happens here is a little bit different. So I'm I'm not even sure what that third chord is. It took me a second to grab. So we have there's no, maybe something with a C in it. Oh yeah, there you go. So it's gonna be the 4 in first inversion. Should have thought of that. I don't know why I didn't, because people use that a lot. Maybe it's 6 minor then. That's cool. And add 2, sus 2. Cool. That's actually really fun to play too. So we have, we're in E flat. Okay, so we have 1, flat 7, to something along the lines of 4, sus 2 up top, 4 sus 2. But it's over 6, and that 6 is the 3 of the 4 chord, then to flat 6. So net, it's not really sus 2, but the upper structure of the chord is sus 2. We could call it add 2 or add 9, but I really like to separate, thinking of it in this case, for simplicity's sake, as like a triad with a bass note, and the triad is an A flat sus 2, and then the lowest note happens to be also the 3rd. And it's like, well, okay, there you go. It's really beautiful chord progression. And that right there, remember I said, oh, that 3rd chord, I'm not sure what that is. That's because, my gosh, when was the last time I heard an... It's beautiful. Listen to that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, it's gorgeous. Really beautiful. Ah. Delicious. Really, really delicious. Oh. Oh. It's like a Sting chord. I feel like Sting's used that chord. Rather, Dominic, his guitar players, played that chord. Anyway. All right, let's check out Lightstone, Darkstone, Meowstone, Barkstone. Okay, that was fun. Next. I got the first 4 chords. Let's pull it back a smidge. Okay, and that's 1/3. Okay, we're going 4, 5, and then, as we've seen many times at this OST, we're going to the 7 diminished of 6 to 6. And then basically, through many dangerous toils and snares we have already come, we do 4, 5 essentially, back to 1. And then it goes to the B section. All right, and then it's 1, 4, but these are dominant chords now. 1, 7, 4, 7, a whole bunch of times. And then it's this really interesting movement. So these repeat. And then it goes 4. And then what my incredible jazz guitar teacher, Dave Stryker, would likely label as a sharp 4, fully diminished. So I'm also going to call it a sharp 4 fully diminished 7, though typically I try and find a different way of thinking about it, but that's what he always used to call it, and he was a jazz, like, absolute expert and, you know, monster in that world. So we're going to go ahead and follow his lead and call that a sharp 4. If I'm not mistaken, Dave, if you're watching this and you're like, that's not what I said. Yeah. Sorry. Maybe I misunderstood. Okay, and then that leads us to 1, 7 over 5 to 5 of 2. 5 of 2, then likely to 5 of 5 to 5, I think. It's a chain of secondary dominance. All right, and then track on 7. It basically is a 5 there. I'm not sure. Come on now. Yeah. Right. And then it's 5 of 5 to flat 2 of 1 to 1, 7. Lord have mercy. Okay. Awesome stuff. All right, let's keep this going with Shopping Mall 9. Oh. As per the requests in the comments from last stream. All right, so what does this mean? Well, this means this sounds very playful, especially at the end here, where you see everything gets like, there's 2 secondary dominants in a row, where we have the, it just feels playful. And having those secondary dominants also feels kind of bluesy. I think it's also interesting, too, that we have 2 worlds here. we have the first world, which sits in sort of lullaby land of 1, 6, yeah, 5 of 5 to 5. But then we come into this B section. This B section has 1, 7, 4, 7, 4, 7, sharp 4, fully diminished 7, and then basically a walk down, a turnaround type. Not really a blues turnaround, but kind of a blues turnaround, a jazz blues turnaround, in the direction of a jazz blues turnaround here to bring us back to the 1 at the top. Dubious Depths Radio asks, how can I put money to a game? There is a link in the description of the video on YouTube to Streamlabs, and you can upvote there. I would very much appreciate that. Thank you very much. You'd also do Super Chats if that's convenient for you. I count both. I just happen to get a little bit more of the money if it goes through Streamlabs, because if it goes through Super Chats, YouTube takes like 30 or 40%. So that's how it goes. All right, Shopping Mall 9. Let's check it out. That's a really fun melody. Let me just grab this B section here. Okay, and then the B section is 5 of 6 to 6, and within 6 it does this little thing where it's 6, 6 minor major 7, 6 minor 7, to 6 minor 6. That's what it is. And then it repeats that. And then it goes 4, the sharp 4, fully diminished 7. It copies what's up here. Sharp 4, diminished 7, to 5. All right, cool stuff. All right, let's keep going with Trainer's Eyes meet Roughneck. Basically one chord. E flat minor the whole time. Little sax solo that started happening at the end. Okay, this is a very harmonically dense piece of music, so buckle up. Okay, so our little A section is basically 1-4, which repeats, and then it's a 2-5-1, but it's a minor 2-5-1. So 2 is half diminished. Which we didn't need the 7, that was redundant, but that's okay. 2 is half diminished, and then we go to 5, 7, and then it brings us back around. All right, and then it does the thing we've heard in the previous, that we heard in Shopping Mall, was it? Yeah, so we have 1 minor 7, 1 minor major 7, 1 minor 7, 1 minor 6, and then, Lord have mercy. Into 4 minor 6? Oh, homies. I'm not no. Yeah, I'm not going to figure this one out on the spot. Cool. This was really awesome. I love the feeling. I love the emotion. It was great. We got the A section down, okay? The start of the B section, my goodness. Yeah, some really novel combinations here, at least for me, hearing this stuff. This is really cool, and this is going to be a piece that I'm going to come back to work on and exercise until I can actually figure it out. And yeah, cool stuff. Let's check out the version of this theme for Pokemon White. Well, that's different. I can honestly say that Opelucid City, both black and white version, one of my favorite tracks on the OST. Let me know in the comments, let me know in the chat if this is also one of your favorite tracks. This is really, really beautiful. Incredible stuff. I think, oh, poll idea. Yeah, it sounds great. Let's do that. Better. Okay. Opelucid. Wow. Okay, this is close. 32 votes in, 34 votes in. 36 votes are in. 37. Oh, it's moving. What an exciting poll. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is close. I can't believe. Oh, wow. Pick one. Pick one. You must choose. Oh. This is wild. And we're doing it live. All right, while you're voting on that, we're going to break down Route 10. Okay, I got most of it down. Let me just grab the rest of this and I'll break it down for you and give you some meaning behind it too. This is really cool. This is beautiful. Okay, so that's 6, 5 minor, 4 minor. To flat 3. To 5 of 5. 5. And it was a 4-3 there. 251 again. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, going to a 2-4. All right, this is sick. Honestly, this is a sick chord progression. Okay, so we have 1. Give me some volume, please, Chuck. Thank you. Flat 7, flat 6, 5 minor, 4 minor, flat 3, 5 of 5, 5, back, we repeat. So this is rock up to this one. Here it's not really rock anymore. And then we go 2, 5, 1 to flat 3, flat 6, again, 2, 5, 1. That's really cool. Ending on that flat 2 there. So what we've seen is there's been a couple pieces. Where was the 6 that we ended on? Where it ended on 6. Where was that? Here. In the I should have written clearer. Icings maybe? ICI something S. Anyway, there we ended on they ended on the 6. And here ending on the 2 is comparable to ending on the 6. It's not typically a place that is it's not a terribly common place to go, but my gosh, it sounds amazing when you go there. And so what does that mean? That means this feels like a different world. And that's not somewhere you usually go, so it feels like the world of Pokemon. Icarus, thank you. That's really cool. Okay, let's check out Victory Road. All right, this is a wild thing too. Okay, so first of all, what's really cool here is we have 1 to flat 2. Now, this 1 to flat 2, we've heard this as essentially the perhaps a leitmotif for combat. Perhaps. I'm not saying that, but we've seen 1 to flat 2 around in the OST when there are times of combat. So we can kind of associate 1 to flat 2 is about combat. And indeed, Victory Road. Is Victory Road, I don't know. I feel like I remember playing in the older Pokemon games where you'd walk down the road, they would just be like person, 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 person that would fight you. Is that what Victory Road is? If I recall correctly. But yeah, so we have 1, 2, flat 2, back to 1. And that's really the entire A section. And then the B section, I mean, what even to call, what key to think about this in? I'm not even sure. But we'll say B. It switches to B. And then it's, I mean, and by the way, this is not perfect. It might not actually be B, but we're going to use B as a framework through which to think about these chords. So it's B 1, 5 to 6, which I also like to think of the 6 as maybe the 2, and that really maybe the 1 is F sharp. Maybe. Yeah, but anyway. The 6. And then there's one thing at the end there. And then it's going to bring us to the actual 5, which would bring us back to the 1. Really cool. So the 1 to flat 2, that implies that there's going to be, I mean, combat. Lots of combat happening in this area. So the actual chords that are being used to describe this area have that relationship of combat, the 1 to flat 2. Really interesting stuff. Let's check out Ace Trainer. By the way, I'm not sure how you play Pokemon, but type a 4 in the chat if you take your starter and you just go around the general area where you start and just Rattatas and Weedles and like whatever you can find, and you just train your starter up until it's the highest it can go before it evolves. And then you go to the first gym and you just destroy and you just keep on playing like that. Let me know if that's how you play Pokemon, because that's one of the ways I like playing Pokemon. It's just like absolute, just farm. Wherever you start, you just farm, you farm, you farm. You get your starter so good and then just blast. Timmy said, I used to do that when I was 5. Okay. Yeah. All right. Maybe I play video games like a child. Okay, let's go ahead and check out, right, Trainer's Eyes. I can tell you that was in the key of D. D major. I ain't going to go further than that. That was pretty dense. And yeah, today's not the day. Hey, let's check out Pokemon League. The Pokemon League, excuse me. And next up, we have the Elite Four, and you don't want to miss that. So make sure you hang out. Don't go anywhere, because we're checking out Pokémon League and then Battle Elite Four, so don't go anywhere. Here we go. Let's check it out. All right, cool. Let's break this one down. Maybe that's it. So we go, then, I think. You see, I'm playing this like a guitar player, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna grab that one more time, make sure I have it. Also, it's fun to play. Let's get some zhuzh on this thing. We got that last one. I played Sapphire. Played Sapphire a ton. What is that? Well, there is a B flat and an F in it. Yeah, that's not the full chord, but that's part of it. Okay, one more time with feeling. Let's rock this. All right, cool stuff. And definitely sets the scene of anticipation for what is about to happen next. So don't go anywhere, because here we have Battle Elite Four. Oh, I should probably break that down for what we just did. Hey, so we have, it starts off with a C5. Now, you may remember these 5 chords from all the way back in part 1 when we were first talking about some battle themes, and indeed, this is called League. Okay. Yeah, so this is the intro to the League. So we're in C minor. And technically you might say, yeah, well, we don't hear an E flat. Yeah, we'll hear it in the next chord. So I'm going to go ahead and say we're in C minor. So let's see. Where did we have our 5 chords? Okay, battle theme. So I can see that the battle theme we have, it's in the same key and starts off on the same chord. And indeed, the first 2 chords are similar. Dum, dum, bum, bum, bum. These 2 first chords in the battle theme are the same exact chords in the same exact key. It's the same exact sounds as we're now hearing in the Pokémon League. And indeed, there's other things that happen here that are different in the battle themes. Obviously, it's not the same exact music repeated. But there you go. That's an example of using a harmonic motif. Because motifs don't have to just be melodic, right? Okay. And then even Gym Leader. In Gym Leader, it's in C, same key, starting on 1 with a power chord. So we can see that Battle, Gym Leader, and also now League all start the same exact way with the same exact sounds. And that is part of what is tying the cohesiveness and the feeling of the entire OST together. It's the fact that there's these similar sounds tying together similar situations. Okay, cool. Similar sounds, similar situations. All right, battle. So here's something that's really cool. You know, I saw someone in the chat talking about the low HP theme, and it goes deeper than that. Because in the low HP theme, we heard these Right, we heard sounds like this. We heard sounds like that. And what we have here at a fundamental level, that's the whole thing is... And you know what that is? That's the same idea. It's 4 chromatic notes next to each other as the low HP theme. So it's like... It's like the same, literally the same melodic idea of you have low health is implied in the very theme, the very foundation, the very baseline of the battle with, yes, slowed down, low HP, exactly. Slowed down, lowered, and also it doesn't do the descending, it just does ascending, just from low to high. Instead of... Right, back and forth like that. That is sick. Like, you want to talk about Easter eggs in the music telling you what's... Like, you are likely about to experience some low HP going up against the Elite Four. How cool is that? Type a 3 in the chat if you think that is pretty cool, and that's a pretty interesting connection that we just made between the battle theme and the low HP theme. And also a shout out and a special thank you to whoever called that out. Right. Super cool. Ha. Yeah, amazing. Super cool. All right, guys. So we're going to keep rocking and rolling. I've just got to pull up the next bit of our playlist here. Give me 2 shakes of lamb's tail. Don't go anywhere. It's going to take me about 30 seconds to do. And then we're going to keep on going actual 30 seconds, not a figurative 30 seconds. So we just finished part 2. We're about halfway done with this here OST, and we are going to keep going, so don't go anywhere, because we're about to make some... Yeah, Nori, great call. Thank you. We're going to keep rocking and rolling with part 3 here. Let's go. And we are... about to be off. All right, so this is the Pokemon League Besieged. Here we go. All right, well, here's a crazy connection. The Pokemon League Besieged starts with a 1-5 to a flat 2-5. And we saw that both the Pokemon League started with a 1-5, and we just talked about this 30 seconds ago, so I'm not going to go ahead and repeat everything. We saw that the battle theme, that the trainer theme, all were in the key of C, specifically C minor. I'm going to call it C minor, and all start with a 1. And we also know that the 1 to flat 2 is in of itself a motif of battle, and so of contention. So and then it moves it up to E flat. That is pretty cool, and what an interesting connection that we have the 1 to flat 2, which indeed besieged. There is, an attack happening, and that it also is in C, representing this connection of trainers, the league, battle itself, the very concept of battle itself here in the game. All right, let's keep this going with embracing one's duty. Again, we're starting to recognize some chord progressions as coming back. Right here, we have a chord progression we've seen in the past hour or so, which is coming on back. Now, what's really cool about this is that in the A section means the first section. So the first section would be A, the second section would be B, the next section would be C. And the reason why we say ABC is because in instrumental music, there isn't really a verse or a chorus. So if there are words in music, then it's a song. And then we can actually talk about things like, you know, is it a verse? Is it a chorus? Is it a pre-chorus? But because this music is instrumental, there are no words, we're going to use terms like A, B, C, D, E, F, and G to distinguish different sections. And in the A section, we have something that is pretty unique. We have a 1 minor going to a flat 7, but in this case, unlike literally, I think every other time we've seen a flat 7 in this entire OST, instead of the quality of the chord being major, in fact, the quality is minor. That's really interesting. And then it goes into what we'll call the B section. And this time the flat 7 is major. And then there was one chord change I wanted to grab. What is that? Oh, ends on the parallel major? What? Oh, that is nutter butters. Oh, that is so cool. Ah, so first time does something different. First time right to flat 2. Really? F4? No. Okay, so then it goes to flat 2 to 5 the first time. This is second ending. And the first time it does flat 2 to 5, which should have been easy for me to figure out. But hey, sometimes my ears get twisted in a loop. Okay, Let's try it one more time because I'm really enjoying this piece. I messed the rhythm a little bit up at the end, but yeah, that's super cool. That is super cool. Okay, so what's interesting about this is the only time previously in this OST we've seen the one minor chord, which sounds sad like this, and then keeping the same lowest note, turn it into a happy chord, major. The only time we've seen that so far was with the Team Plasma. So it's very interesting that we would see this with one's duty, almost as if maybe, are we... I have a question. Did Team Plasma maybe have a duty that they were supposed to do that we are now doing? Or did one of them now, like, toughen up and grow up and embrace their duty that they should do? Is there something like that going on here? Let me know in the chat. Is there something along that lines? In a way... Our duties that we're going against Plasma. Okay. Okay, cool. Well, point is, I think it's really interesting that we can see that this idea that's been connected to Team Plasma, even though there's no hint in the title that this has anything to do with Team Plasma, because of these chords that are showing up just because of the pattern of the music, I'm going, hang on a second. Team Plasma surely is connected to this, and sure enough, Team Plasma is. How cool is that? Music theory for the win. That is so cool. All right, let's keep this going with En's Castle. Can I just say that the way this starts off is so Nintendo, and I love it. Like, if I played that for you at the start of a Mario, like Bowser Castle type thing, like, you'd buy it, right? Right? Type a 4 in the chat. Type a 4 in the comments if you're watching this. Type a 4 if you agree that that was, like, Bowser worthy. That was amazing. What a delightful intro. harmony is rather dense here. I'm not going to bore you by sitting here and jotting it all down because it would take up another page. Well, not a page, but it would take me a minute to get all this down. So what we're going to do is we're going to say that that was awesome. That was cool. I loved it. Anna says, I'd say it's more Ganondorf worthy. Well, sure. Ganon, a Ganondorf, a Ganon giant, any way you want to slice it. That's a joke. I know Ganondorf. And I beat him in A Link to the Past. Okay, let's check out the Pokémon Child, N. Yo, we have heard this motif. Come play with me. Papa said I can go out and play tomorrow. That's my impression of a Victorian ghost child. Okay, let's check out N's Dragon. Now, if you think about dun diggity dun diggity dun diggity 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 dun, that feels, at least to me, like an old military drum type thing. Type a 5 in the chat. Type a 5 in the comments if you agree that dun diggity dun diggity dun diggity 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 dun diggity dun diggity dun diggity 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 dun feels like a military drum pattern. Martial. Yeah, good. Okay, cool. Yeah, martial military. We're saying potato potato. We're there. We're together. We're seeing it. Yeah, okay. All right. So here's an interesting take for you. So if yeah, the Imperial March, short. The dragon is almost like a archetypal representation of war, right? So like St. George and the Dragon, right? And you think about, when people talk about the archetypal ideas like heaven and hell and like the devil being the dragon, like that's an idea too. So it's like the war, the martialness being associated with the dragon. I think that's pretty, it's an interesting connection to think about, that a dragon is represented by war and war represents a dragon. And I feel like it's very rare that we find fantasy. I mean, it's, becomes more common now because it's cliche at this point to have a dragon represent war and destruction. But I feel like there's something about, there's something in there. Okay, let's keep this going with the dragon awakes. Oh no. Now, this is really, this is 100% not what I was expecting from Dragon music, and I will show you why. So, right here, we have this is not what I was thinking. I was thinking there was going to be like death, destruction, fire raining from the sky. And no, what we hear here is actually has more of a hopeful or stable idea to it. Yeah, majestic. Majestic. Oh, that's really interesting. So tell me a little bit about what's happening right here in the story for why this is more majestic and less of a, crazy... Oh, is it when we get one of the legendary type dragon things from the cover art? That would be pretty cool. There, we're going to start a little... We're going to start a little poll here. Okay, so the poll is... Oh, it's our dragon? Oh, that's cool. Okay, so we have Zekrom, and we also have Reshiram. Okay, pretty cool. All right, let's keep this going with battle. Is Team Plasma here? I go, this is wild. So it starts off like a battle theme. It starts off with this 1-5 in the key of C, this power chord. So we think, come on, I'll play it right. Let's get a little distortion too. Come on. Here we go. One more time. Right. So we feel like we're headed into something that is really about to be battle themed, but no, it then flips and feels much more adventurous. It flips and it's a C major. It's this major chord, this happy chord, and sure, mixed in with the flat 7, B flat, to make sure it's not too much lullaby, but it has a little bit of rock to it. Wild stuff. Really wild stuff. And I thought for sure Team Plasma was going to be here, because up until this point just now, a lot of times when we've had the parallel minor and parallel major present in the same piece of music, that has represented something to do with Team Plasma. Really, really cool. This is wonderful. All right, let's keep this going with Decisive Battle. Oh, we heard that before. So in Decisive Battle with N, we actually hear the battle theme that we heard a couple hours ago, or maybe in the last stream, maybe in part 2. The it's something like whatever it was, like that. We actually heard that here in the Decisive Battle. So the Battle of N, we heard the theme from the previous battle theme. How cool is that? All right, this is awesome. Let's keep this rocking and rolling with Ghetsis Ambitions. Ghetsis Ambitions. Let's say that 5 times fast. Well, this sure sounds nefarious if I've ever heard something that sounds nefarious. But I tell you what, let's go straight to the battle with Ghetsis. Here we go. Oh, heck yes. Okay, well, I do understand that it is Ghetsis that they're saying. It sure does sound like Denny sometimes. Hey, I think what's interesting here too is that even though a lot of it was, I mean, just founded in these drums, in the timpani specifically, we also heard some cymbals. I might have heard some. I'll remember the name in a minute. But something interesting to think about here is right there we have one of the most, well, dissonant sounds you can create with just two notes. And then again, this is a broadly speaking thing, and this is a little bit hype. But here, that is called a tritone. Tritone, and we've heard tritones in so many boss themes, boss adjacent ideas representing different bosses because it is this fundamentally discordant, dissonant thing. And if we think about the conflict between good and evil, that evil is the dissonance, right? Essentially in stories, and then good is the consonance, it's the resolution, right? So evil is the tension, good is the resolution. And so we have what I understood from the chat was the granddaddy, the Palpatine, if you will, of this world, who had been, through their machinations, controlling everything in the long game and the short game. We finally found our way to them, and we're confronting them. And so to have the tritone, which I can't think of another theme in this OST that's really brought that musical tool to bear, having that represent the most evil of all evils makes a lot of sense. That's really cool. Let's keep this going with Farewell. Alright, this was pretty dense. It'll take me a second to grab all of this together, but I'm gonna get it for you. That right there is really cool because the first time through, it's 1, 3, 4, 5. Sorry. Okay, it goes 4 to 4 minor, flat 7. Then we're back. Sands type thing, where we go from the minor major 7 to 6. And then we go 4. Oh, it's got to start a new line here. Okay. And then we go, 2. Lord have mercy. We go 2 to 5 of 6. Back to 6. Then to 4, we do 2, 5, 1 to 4. So 2 of 4 to 5 of 4 to 4. Then back to 5 of 6. Two to 2, right? Boy. 5 of 5. And then it's 2 to 3. We're almost there. Maybe that brings it back. What the heck? And the flat 7. Something like that. Lord have mercy. It's something like 4 flat 7 1. Dude. Okay, so let's talk about one part of this where you can understand a kind of emotional aspect of it. So an emotional aspect of this is going to be right here where we had the 4 to the minor 4 to flat 7. That in and of itself is pretty interesting. So we have 1 going to 3, going to 4, to minor 4, to flat 7. That right there is gorgeous. And maybe we've had that progression before, because I feel like, hang on a second. 1, 3, Flat 3, flat 3. If anyone can remember what piece it was, we had the flat 3 and the flat 7 in it. So many pieces. Ah, here we go. And the Icarus. Flat 3, flat 7. Huh. Interesting. Is there any connection between Farewell and Icarus? Any connection between Farewell and Icarus? Love to know. Let me know in the chat. All right, let's keep this going while we wait on that with endings. Onward to our own futures. Not really. Okay, cool. Unconnected. All right, we're going to take a 5-minute break, and we will be right back. We're going to take a 5-minute break, and we will be right back. 5-minute break. Turn your speakers down now, because my break music is going to be loud. So start turning your thing down now. You've been warned. Turn it down. 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 All right, we're going to take a 5-minute break. We'll be back. 5 minutes. right, y'alls. Time to turn your volumes back up. I'm going to turn my volume back up too. There we go. And we're going to get back to it. Looker's theme. Is that what's happening? Okay, and then it's just 1 flat 7 flat 6. Basically. 5. Okay, so what can we tell about Looker from the music? Assuming Looker is a person, and, well, a person who is looking, or perhaps their name is Looker. Either way. I would think they are, maybe in a gang, maybe old world, maybe, what does even old world even mean? Do they act like a little like, yeah, international something. International police. Hey. Cartel is a cartel is a cartel. Okay, cool. You know. Well, maybe he's the opposite of a gang member, but maybe gangs and governments have more in common than, you know, we might originally think about on the surface. Now, that's pretty cool. And international. Why did I say international? Right? I said old world. I was thinking old world. I was thinking like Italy. I was thinking, why on earth would I say Italy? Well, it has to actually do with the chords that are used here. This is really all about, there's so many. It's my best sort of meme of like an Italian folk song. And these chords just really reminded me of an Italian folk song. So that's why I said old world, like international, like thinking about Europe and things. All right, let's keep this going. Yeah, the pizza country. Let's keep keep this going with Route 2. Oh! Literally, this is the Great British Baking Show music. All right, I'm going to say the Great British Baking Show, and then I'm going to press play, and you tell me. That literally, you guys, literally, that is Great British Baking Show music. Except then it has the root theme played in the melody. But those chords, the Great British Baking Show. Wow. Yo, real talk. It is pretty close. Right there. The beep bump. And then it changes. It goes to sharp. It's how the Great British Baking Show does it. That's pretty cool. Route 2. Now, we've heard the theme for Route 2 for that entire melody elsewhere. Now, unfortunately, we've not been tracking, well, and fortunately, because my gosh, what a giant OST. If we were to track everything, we'd be here for like 3 weeks. Yeah, Route 2, that's a theme we've heard before. Somewhere in this, like, delightful monster of an OST. Monster just is in size. Yeah. Cool. I'm not going to remember where it's from. Also, I do like the whistle. I will always remember. Well, I'll save that story for another time. Okay, let's check out Received a Pokémon Egg. Route 2 Spring Summer. Thank you, Anna Patty. Okay, we see the Pokemon Egg. Okay, great. Royal Unova. Okay, so something really interesting here is this summarizes the entire thesis we've been looking at for this OST so far. It starts off total and complete lullaby. Whatever it is. Oh, it literally goes to the flat 7 the second time through. So literally what I've been talking about is like Pokemon is a lullaby that's just like a little cooler than a lullaby. By the way, Pokemon is super cool, and I love Pokemon, to be clear. Let's see, there you go. Lullaby with a flat 7. Because flat 7s make things sound what? Put it in the chat, put it in the comments. You know what to do. Oh, sorry, I left my Discord open. If you heard any sounds, I got the link from the Discord. Nathan says, yes, I agree. It sounds Italian somehow. And Wizards and Bean says 100%. Yeah, it does sound Italian somehow, doesn't it? Okay, let's keep this going. Malguy says, lullaby. Who are you? Pokemon. I'm you, but better. Yes. Okay, let's keep this going. Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. Let's go. As I've been saying all day, I just got to grab the B section. I feel like I need to get more RAM and just plug it into my brakes. I feel like I get half the stuff, man. Something. Oh, no, that really is the 5 of 6 there. 5 of 6 to 6. Five. Oh, and then some interesting things here. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then it goes after the 5 of 5, it goes to 5 minor to flat 3. And then there's one chord in here which might be something along the 5 of 5, but 5 sus 4 of 5 to 5, which then brings us back to 1. That's nuts. So what we're seeing here again is another chord progression that starts off with something that is relatively predictable and then ends with something that, like, and again, I'm not saying I am some kind of incredibly, like, experienced, like, analyst who's seen absolutely every single combination and permutation ever, but I've seen a lot of music in my life, like a lot. And some of these chord progressions, I will tell you, I've never seen before, and they sound amazing, and they're so cool. So I get to learn so much by doing this too. This is really cool. Like, I have never seen this chord progression in my life. Really, really fascinating stuff. And so if we think about what this chord progression means, it's new sonic and emotional possibilities. That for me, for you, if you're learning, it can open our minds to consider new ways of doing things. And that's what it's all about. Really cool. All right, let's keep this going. With Global Terminal. Okay, so the only piece I'm missing is, you can guess it, it's going to be the last couple chords that bring us back around. 6, 5, 4, 5 of 5. And then that 5 of 5, actually, excuse me, that 5 of 6, I apologize. The 5 of 6, 6 is F. So then that actually brings us back to 1. Oh, that's Nutter Butters. So what we have here is we have a legitimate key change where we start off the song in the key of F, in the key of F. And it does lullaby stuff. And part of what makes us feel like traveling music is that the drums are going, very fast, but then the chords are very slow and they're major sevens. There's something about that combination of that certain sound of chord of like sorry, my rhythm's a little but that's sort of the feeling of we're going somewhere. It's like the speed is we're going somewhere, but then the major 7 is like it's implying that we're relaxed while we're going somewhere. You know, some people like to wait until their row is called in the plane. And then, you know, you relax. You sit down on the bench and you relax until you hear your row called, and then you get up and you get on the plane. And some people are psychopaths and insist on standing in line. I'm a fan of literally waiting, no matter what row I'm on, allowing everyone else to stand in line, get on the plane, and then I get on the plane. Especially if I'm in the back. If I'm in the front, I'll get online. Like, if I'm in the middle of the plane and it's like a big international flight, If you don't have too much baggage, you're not worried about getting an overhead thing, just sit down and relax. Let everyone else stand in line and sweat for like 10 minutes. Okay. Guitar Assassin goes, I hate those people. That's me. Hi. Okay. Yeah, going somewhere, not in a rush. All right, let's check out the next one, which is GTS. Jets. Well, let's grab some of these here chords. Okay. Also interesting that looks like many people in the chat here on YouTube have never heard this theme before. I'm wondering if you folks over on Twitch, yes, I'm talking to you. Hi, Twitch. I wonder if you've heard this too. Let me know in the chat. Okay, let's keep this going. With, oh no, we're gonna get the chords here. so we had 4, 5, 1, 6, 4, 5, 1, 6, and then those chords move pretty quick. Let's grab those. So 4, 2, 4, 6, 2, 5. Was that all that is? Yeah, it's flat 6, 4, 6, 2, 5. 4. 2, 5. That's Come on, and we'll call victory there. So again, you can see starts off like a lullaby, but ends in some cool ways that are sounding phenomenal. If you'd like to understand more about music theory, and a little bit more in-depth and a little bit more basics, you can watch some other streams. This stream, we've not really been doing the basics. We've been doing some more high-level stuff, but most of the other streams deal with basics, and we do alternate back and forth between what we focus on in different streams. Also, if you'd like to understand more about the basics, check out my book, The Best Music Theory Book for Beginners. It has sold over 5,000 copies. It has over 100 5-star reviews on Amazon, at least on Amazon USA. I don't know about the other countries. And yeah, it's in its 3rd edition, and it will be very useful for you. You can go read the reviews. Okay, let's keep this going with Spin Trade. That was just jolly and delicious. Let's go straight to Pokédex evaluation just a little more. That's getting very exciting. Let's check out Route 4. And B major. All right, let's check out Gear Station. That is basically the same as Route 4, so I'm not going to talk about it. So here we go to Gear Station. So the first half of this is like rock, blues, jazz. And then the second half is like a lullaby. Let's break it. Let's break it down. Sorry, I got so carried away I forgot to actually write things down. Okay. Basically, 1, 2, something, 5. 1, 4, 4 minor 5. Hey, I'll tell you what. I'm starting to burn out in my brain. So we're going to call it here for the day. We've now streamed for almost 6 hours today. So we're going to call it here. Or over 5 hours. We're going to call it here for today. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm going to read some super chats. I'm going to read out from Streamlabs. And then we're going to call it because I am not going to give you the best that I could possibly give you at this point. I'm a little out of brain juice here. And we will come back and finish this up another day. Oh, Skyrim, please. Please vote for Skyrim. I love it. Okay, over on Streamlabs. Davis Bradwell said, fun fact, the region of this game is based off New York. That's why there's so many bridges. It gives the spirit of justice. Thank you very much. Davis. And here on YouTube, Time for Adventures is Haydan. It's me again. Hello. Well, I haven't played Black or White very much. From the snippet I heard when I joined, it seems pretty cool. Anyway, I'm putting this towards Xenoblade Chronicles X. Thank you very much. Video Game Memer says, hey man, love the videos. You should listen to the TF2 or Skyrim soundtrack. I'm going to go ahead and put your vote to Skyrim. Or if looking for some random obscure, I know, DK64 OST. Skyrim sounds good. All right, thank you all so very much. If you want to know when the next part is going to be, hit like, subscribe, and crush that notification bell. Thank you so very much for joining me. Take care, and goodbye.